All right, you guys know how we do things on this channel. We're gonna hop right into the content. One of the common mistakes that people make when trying to resell on eBay and other platforms is they buy things to resell that they themselves would buy, and that's not always what our customers want to buy. For example, I've got many of them in this video here today, digital cameras. A lot of my subscribers, a lot of my followers on TikTok, a lot of the haters especially, always say, who in their right minds is buying digital cameras when I'm recording on an iPhone that takes even better pictures? I sell digital cameras all the time because I've never bought one. I have never once in my life bought a digital camera, but I have made tens of thousands of dollars. I'll eventually make $100,000 here pretty soon on digital cameras alone. The reason why is because people, 27-year-olds aren't buying these. Not even 45-year-old women in Columbus, Ohio are buying them. Not even grandmas in California are necessarily buying them. The people that are buying them are businesses. General contractors, for example. I live in a new construction neighborhood. We just barely built our home. And I saw a general contractor out there. This isn't the ELPH 180, but I saw him with an ELPH 180. The reason why is because I went up to him and I said, hey, is that the Canon ELPH 180? And he said, yeah, it is. And he was a little confused by it. He's like, oh, I sell those for a living. So I know exactly what's in your hand. And if you ever are interested in selling it to me, I'd love to purchase it off of you. And he said, no, man. This is the greatest camera. It fits in my pocket. It falls out of my truck all the time. I never have issues with it. I keep it forever. Don't buy things that you yourself would buy at a thrift store or at Walmart because you're probably not even gonna buy them on eBay anyway. Another cool thing is we ourselves, us resellers on eBay, are business owners. I get a lot of people from the reseller Nirvana group, Tech and Sports and Daily Refinement. Welcome to YouTube, by the way, Tech, if you ever watch this video. A few of the people from that group reach out to me and say, hey Jake, I know you sell a lot of cameras. Do you have any ELPH 180s? And then I always say, yeah, here. And when I have them, I say, yeah, here's the price, no fees, I'll ship it to you, whatever. It always ends up working out great. It's one of the things that they talk about a lot on, especially on Chris's YouTube channel. He always recommends that people take photos on a camera and then transfer it through a wire to the computer. I myself use my iPhone, but that's a different video for a different day. But yeah, businesses like ourselves are buying things like this, and we need to be buying for those types of people in mind. I guess that's actually kind of contradicting myself because I'm a reseller and I'm telling you not to buy things for myself, but I'm telling you to buy cameras to sell to other resellers. Yeah. But businesses who have deep wallets are willing to buy these items. One of the main reasons why businesses buy things off of eBay is because they have a marketing budget. They have a product budget. They're going to film some commercial. They're going to do some photo shoot. They're going to do some sort of advertising, and they have a $1,500 budget or even a $15,000 budget. And they're like, okay, we need to buy a basketball, for example. I just barely had someone in Los Angeles doing a photo shoot buy a basketball from me. And they just bought the first one that popped up. They messaged me and said, will you ship this same day? We're willing to spend extra if you ship it same day. I said, no worries, I'll just send it for the regular price. Just buy it at full price and I'll send it today. And they bought it. Another reason why businesses are buying things is because it's a tax write-off. So they really don't care how much they're spending for something. Usually, this is actually a pretty backward practice because you still have to buy the item, you still have to spend the money to get the tax savings. So some people go a little overboard with this, but a lot of companies and a lot of businesses, they just don't care. They're like, it's a write-off, just buy the first thing you see. And that's something that I want to talk about in another video down the line, is there's a demographic of people, many demographics of people shopping on eBay that just pick the first thing they see regardless of price, regardless of anything, okay? So because of those businesses buying things for their marketing budgets and for tax write-offs, things like that, I'm always looking for things to sell to businesses, also including just day-to-day things that they need. A lot of businesses have these printers that need the toners or the inks necessary, so I'm always looking for office supplies, and I'm not necessarily trying to sell them to Sally in Wisconsin. in her single family home with her kids. I'm trying to sell them to Ryan Pineda over there in Las Vegas, who's flipping houses and teaching people how to flip houses, and they need a lot of ink when they sent out newsletters and things like that. But they do most of the things digitally, which is why you also want to look for Magic Mouses. The majority of businesses in America have MacBooks and desktop Apple computers, so you definitely want to look for computer mouses that these businesses are buying. I think most resellers would admit, personally, that they really just start gravitating to the things that they like. A lot of people really like toys, so the majority of their eBay shop is toys, even if they aren't selling that well. Some people really like sports cards, and so they only sell sports cards, even though there's a dip in the market for sports cards right now. And if you were selling sports cards 2 years ago, you were making thousands and thousands of dollars a week. Now, doing the exact same business, you're only making a couple $100s a week, but you still really like the cards, so you just keep buying those. And then you kind of complain that sales are down. A lot of men buy men's shirts, but don't buy women's shirts. A lot of women know things about items like bras or things like that men don't know as much about, so they gravitate towards those things, even though they may or may not be the best thing to be reselling. So a lot of times we just get into this groove of like, oh, I've been buying, and I have no experience in this because I'm super new to eBay. But a lot of you may be able to think, man, I've just been buying the exact same things for 10 years, and they were selling a lot better 10 years ago than they are today. And that's a habit that we need to break. All right. Wow, that was a close up there. So I'm a guy who has short hair. I've never used one of these in my life, and I never will use them in my life, but I sell them every single day on eBay because I'm not shopping for myself. I'm not listing items that I would buy. I'm listing items that I know that my customers will buy. As you guys can tell, I haven't even shaved my neck, looking a little scruffy. I'm not going to use a laser hair remover, but I will buy this for $6 and definitely sell it for $130 because I know there are people out there that want laser hair removers. Even though I will never use those, there are people out there looking for these items, and it is my opportunity and my obligation as a business owner to find these items and then to find these people. So another thing that is selling very well that a lot of people are making the mistake of passing on, DVD VCR combo players. Now, a lot of people again are like, why the heck are people buying these when we have Netflix? Well, these units, this Sony unit in particular, I sell these immediately. This is in the draft bank getting ready to be listed. The reason why I sell these immediately is because I know there's a couple grandmas and grandpas and people who own cabins out in the woods that don't have Wi-Fi, and it's not worth it to get Wi-Fi to have Netflix and all that stuff, and they want to cherish some of their VHSs and their DVDs. They want to watch it with their families. They buy these. So they're willing to buy them anywhere from $80 to $110 for this particular unit. But I know that I can sell this the same day I list it, minimum 8 days later, if I price it at $70 or $65, sometimes $65. And the reason why is because there are businesses that buy these off of eBay. So I buy this for $10, I list it for $65. I make a little bit off the shipping and everything like that. After everything's said and done, I make anywhere between a $40 and $50 profit. Companies on Amazon buy these, refurbish them. They really don't do much to them. They just make sure they don't have any scratches. And then they list them on Amazon for $150 to $400 depending on the unit. I make my $40 to $50. They make their $60 to $80. Everyone's happy, and it gets things moving very quickly. How'd you guys like that little walk up there? Oh, speaking of walking, look at this Walkman. A lot of vintage electronics are broken, and they still sell for $25 plus shipping. Why? Because they sell for $80 to $100 working. Now this one isn't the best example. This one's only worth about probably $50, maybe $40 in used working conditions. And this one actually isn't broken. I'm just using it as an example. But there's a lot of Walkmans that are worth hundreds of dollars. And if you can buy them for $1 to $5, you bring them home, they don't work, you can still list them for $20, $30, $40, and someone will buy them, will repair them, and then we'll put them back on eBay or Amazon and sell them, because you're buying things for other businesses. The best, like, I hope I'm driving this point home. If you guys want to make more money than you ever have, sell to businesses. And it doesn't matter what your business is. If you have a pest control company, you can make a ton of money by knocking doors and getting a ton of local clients. But guess what? If you can pick up the Motel 6s in town, that's $1 million contract a year. If you can pick up the car dealerships in town, that's a $3 million yearly contract. If you can pick up a casino in Vegas, that's a $10 million yearly contract. You want to sell to businesses. It's awesome to sell to clients and to customers, but when you can have business customers, you're just going to make more money, you're going to make more profit, and you're going to have more consistent sales. All right, guys, so I have a modern Philips TV that has that remote, and I have an Xbox 360 that uses an Xbox 360 controller. I also have Netflix, and I hear that a lot of people are canceling Dish, but I still buy Dish remotes because a lot of people in the United States still have Dish. They still have a vintage Panasonic DVD TV combo. They still have a Sony DVD player that I haven't seen in years. People still just have this vintage electronics and technology. And because I'm buying for them and not myself, like, this is for the original Xbox. Who in their right mind still plays the original Xbox? A huge demographic of people do, and this is a $60 wire that I have in my draft bank that will probably sell the same week I list it. You just got to buy things for other people and not for yourself. But listen, guys, I love basketball cards and I sell a ton of them. I know I'm telling you guys to buy things for other people and not for yourself, but also when you're really passionate about something and you know a lot about them, you're already leaps and bounds ahead of your competition, because I know that Joel Embiid was MVP last year, and I know that rookie cards sell for more money, so I know that a Joel Embiid rookie card is going to sell for a bit more money than someone who knows nothing about basketball cards. So I still definitely recommend selling things that you yourself would buy. It's just a lot of times we get into that rut and that routine, and then we miss out on so much profit that we could be selling because we're just so stuck into the things that we actually like. But especially when you're first beginning, you should sell things that you know a lot about, so that way you can get closer to top dollar for them and you can sell them more consistently. But as time goes on, trends change, economy changes, demographics of buyers change. Some people will love eBay for a year and then absolutely hate it and then come back 7 years later. Some people will only buy on eBay. Some people will never buy from eBay again after a certain experience, yada, yada, yada. Things are constantly changing, and so should we. We need to be constantly adapting and changing for our business as well. Well, guys, according to analytics, only 40% of you guys are still here, and now another 15% just left. I'm talking to the people that are kind of my people, kind of the Jay Wrightians, I guess. I just want you guys to know that you can do this. If someone hasn't told you in a while, I'm proud of you. You guys are literally coming here onto YouTube to seek knowledge and to get better at what you're trying to do. And even if you had 0 sales today, even if your sales are super down this week, you're actually trying to get better, and you should be proud of yourself for that. Love you guys.